Electoral and Boundaries Commission has the capacity to transmit presidential election results digitally through the 3G network in all the centers just 137 days to the August polls. Further, IEBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati told the Senate Justice and Legal Affairs Committee that the Communication Authority of Kenya is yet to submit a report on mapping of centers. And as our reporter Elizabeth Mutuku reports, IEBC chairman Wafula Chebukati has called on the Director of Public Prosecutions to investigate rigging claims by Deputy President William Ruto.
With 137 days remaining to the next general election, and still the Election and Boundaries Commission IEBC is not set on which platform it will transmit the presidential results after IEBC revealed that not all centers have sufficient internet and the 3G network. In the previous general election, IEBC was unable to transmit presidential results from at least 11,155 centers for lack of internet and 3G network, this being one of the guidelines that led the nullification of the 2017 presidential election. Fears of this repeating itself are rife within the political class after IEBC stated that it had no record of the centers that are sufficiently connected to 3G network.
Presidential elections, transmission of Form 34A, and having participated in the Supreme Court case, that was a very sensitive area. Are you telling Kenyans that there is a likelihood that we could go to these elections and there are areas where we may not be able to do this transmission using the 3G network? And which areas are these, maybe?
At the moment, what we have is the 2,800 new registration centers. And I believe that until the Communication Authority then finishes the mapping of these new centers, we will not be in a position to give the actual statistics. So the task now is to ensure that they will give them these coordinates, then they map out, then we can now come with the proper data on how many areas would have 3G and how many will not have. But I'm informed there have been marked improvements, so we don't have the real figures at the moment.
Chebukati says the Communication Authority of Kenya is yet to issue its report on more than 2,800 centers that are still waiting for the Communication Authority to give its status report on the internet connection. However, despite challenges at hand, IEBC has put all measures in place to ensure free and fair election. IEBC chairman and the CEO, Hussein Marjan, told the committee that they have awarded all the tenders pertaining printing election materials.
Violence, where even if a person loses by one vote, they will go to court as opposed to incite Kenyans to violence. And therefore, Mr. Chebukati, our senior, we are pleading with you. You are holding this country in your hands together with your commission. And this matter, and it will pass in August, that you will look back at your legacy by what you do now, by giving the country confidence.
That there is according to the new listing, the estimate is 2.5 million. But actually the actual number is 2.8 million as we are speaking now. And you remember when we started the enhanced continuous voter registration, we had indicated that new IDs that were issued were 4.5 million. These are new IDs, not replacement. And therefore, my assumption is that for youth, we had 4.5 million that were targeted to be registered.
In regard to the recent inflammatory remarks witnessed within the political class, as well as vote rigging claims, Chebukati says have written to DPP to investigate vote rigging claims by Deputy President William Ruto. While in the United States tour, Chebukati has at the same time said that Murang'a woman representative Sabina Chege will be in court over the same.
When Sabina Chege and I think somebody else made allegations, that was Moses Kuria.
Yes.
The commission indicated that it could summon them to appear and give evidence.
Yes.
What is different from the deputy president? Because he's made similar but serious allegations. The other ones are about the past. This one is about the forthcoming elections. So what is different?
Chair, we sit as a Code of Conduct Committee. And as you know, we rely on evidence for purpose of the committee to proceed. In both cases, Sabina Cheke's case, I don't want to comment on it because it's a live matter. The committee proceeded the hearing, but we were restrained by the High Court because the issue of our jurisdiction was challenged in the Sabina Cheke matter. And maybe you can just leave it there as we await for the High Court determination. But
as back and forth is being witnessed between the Communication Authority of Kenya and the Electoral Boundaries Commission IEBC on how to transmit results of the next general election, the burden on the success of this election solely lies between the two bodies. Elizabeth Mutuko, TV 47, Nairobi County.